for a second, but Luciano getting us right back up. And I think we're running again, so we look good. You missed a walk to Justin Laskowski. That was all at the plate right now. Leo Munoz. So thanks for staying with us there. This one back to the screen. And again, if you're just getting back in with us here in the ISC network, just had a computer temporarily shut down on us. We got right back up. And all you've missed was the walk to Justin Laskowski. He's out at first base at the plate. Leo Munoz. Do we have a count there, Kieran? 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thank you. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 2-2. 2-2. Mata shakes off a couple. And boy, he's slowed down the pace here, Joe, just after that walk. This one fouled back to the screen. I don't know whether he and Munoz trade secrets or what, but he's really taking his time with Leo Munoz. So Mata Bennett, the waist, that arm dangles free, gets the signs, now steps back, leans, and misses outside again. Struggling to find the range here.
Yeah, I don't think he's comfortable out there on the mound.
We've heard a couple of people talk about some of the divots out there, and it's hard to get a consistent landing place. That'll be the challenge for both Mata and for McCullough, because they've got really different motions too. Up and in on Munoz, and 2 straight walks. Laskowski and now Munoz.
Chance for Circle Tap Dukes to get right back in this game now.
Tyler Johnson to plate, the left fielder. Joe, we talked about all those upsets in the bracket. The best way to follow the IC World Tournament through the ICFastPitch.com website. Live scoring, links to the streaming, stories and posts daily, either at night or first thing in the morning, with daily schedules, the streaming schedule. All of that available at your fingertips, ICFastPitch.com. And the live scoring through Game Changer has been a big difference maker, Joe. And you know, we got guys like young Kieran Woodruff over here to our right, who is here all week with his uncle, Woody Woodruff, who does a great job leading all the scorekeepers, and they're doing a fabulous job keeping everybody up to date with the live scoring. And, of course, the stats will be available at the end of the tournament, too.
Well, in the secondary streaming, too, we have the scoring being transferred by Game Changer over onto the live screen. So that's a bonus as well.
That's right. If you are looking for the Pueblo Bandits Kingston Axemen game this evening, a swing and a miss there by Tyler Johnson. That's an ISC 2 matchup. Oh, I thought that game was on 7. They moved it? Oh.
All the deuce is on.
Oh, well, I apologize then to Pueblo. Maybe we can just move the camera. We'll talk to Luciano in between games, because we advertised that game as being streamed. Well, folks, that's how we find out about decisions here sometimes. You're hearing about it live on the air. Mata and Zara, difficulty finding the same page. There's no pitch count out there. You can't just whisper in his ear the pitch that you want.
Yeah.
Called strike.
Got to be really careful to Tyler Johnson, too. Tyler's a good stick. 3 hits and 4 RBIs so far in the first 2 games.
And this one punched out to left. That's going to fall in for base hit. They're going to give him the wave. Here's the throw to the plate. The plate, it's high. Slides in underneath, safe. Justin Laskowski comes around to score. Joe tied Tyler Johnson up to second on the throw. And you talked about it. He's a run producer here. Just punches this out to left. A little shot on the grass. And off with the crack of the bat was Laskowski. There you see the plate. The plate throw was up. Zera had to go get it. And that allows Laskowski to slide in underneath.
Good wheels by Laskowski because it picked up cleanly there by Jonathan Lynch. Circle Top finding a reply to those 2 runs put on the board by the Kitchener-Hallman Twins.
But more importantly, Joe, they've got 2 runners still in scoring position, just the one out.
Hate to say it, but that walk scored again.
What's the stat, Joe, on leadoff walks that come around to score?
66% of the time. But this wasn't a leadoff walk. He struck out the first gentleman, Blair.
He did. And do we have a stat on all walks that come around? Is that a Joe Talent stat?
No, it's harder to find. You mean with Blair Ezekiel on first, batting first?
Matt Ratliff at the plate. Here's another guy who has frequented the all-world selections. Had a chance to sit down and talk with Matt back in January in Fort Myers. You know, from here, you know Matt's a tall guy. You don't really get a sense of the physical stature of Matt Ratliff until you stand next to him. You realize he is a big dude.
Yes. Got a long set of legs.
He's well put together. Called strike 3. Down goes Ratliff. That one looked right down John Deere Boulevard, Joe. That'll bring up Gil Signs. Opportunity for a couple RBIs still. And Signs is quick. We talked about him being good with the glove. He can put the ball down on the ground and beat out just about anything on the infield. Swing and a miss there underneath that rise ball.
Mata's looking a little more comfortable out on the mound now.
In tight. Outfield is basically straight away, maybe in a step even. And that one's up and away. I think you're thinking the same thing I am, Joe. He's throwing a lot of pitches this inning.
41 pitches so far, 26 this inning.
Swing and a miss there, 27. Mata will step back. What's Zara for the signs? 3-2. He flashed left and right. And they're going to go with whatever their alternate set of signs would be with a runner out on second. You don't want to give anything away. Just think about how far our technology has come, Joe, that we can bring you such a clear vantage point that you can read the signs from center field from the comfort of your couch at home, your phone, on the bus, if that's where you are. Called strike 3, signs down on strikes. Mata gets 3 strikeouts, but the Dukes strike for 1. 2-1 now. HALLMAN Twins coming to the plate in the bottom half of 2.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
So maybe we're giving away a little bit here, but Alan Pecker and Yusuf Davis, my good friend Luciano Lafrano, is like Don King, the boxing promoter. He's dying to put this one on, and I think we got them talked into it to take place after the championship game, possibly out here in the infield. Davis and Pecker, 2 of the fastest guys in the game. Who is the fastest? Joe, you had your money on
Alan Pecker.
Alan Pecker is your pick. Wonder if anybody's offering odds. Maybe our next sponsor will let us know what the odds are on that one, whether Alan is 2-3 to win that one, or could you get minus 4.5 on Yusuf? Chris Abbott would be able to quote you some odds on that.
I would think so.
Yeah. Abby, I know you're out there. Fetty Eater at the plate. The 6th batter for the HALLMAN Twins. And that one misses downstairs from McCullough. And Joe, you and I talked in between the innings that after the first inning, we thought that Devin McCullough, when he was getting the strikes, or getting the ball rather into the strike zone, he was getting too much of the plate.
Yes, he's just getting too much of that plate off with that big home run by Blaine Milhelm, and then Cam Schiller drilling that shot out to right field. Ball's going right down the tubes. You got to be able to start picking the corners and picking that sides of the outside of that plate.
Well, he pumped the rise ball right past Fetty Eater there, and that is the great equalizer pitch, along with the changeup, which we haven't seen yet from Devin McCullough. Drop ball in the downstairs, and Eater called on strikes. And there's been a lot of guys, Joe, striking out tonight looking. You were just tallying them up on the other side of your score sheet. But there's another one looking. How many looking so far tonight?
5 in the game, 4 for the Circle Tap Dukes, and 1 now for Kitchener HALLMAN Twins. Very important for both teams to stay a little aggressive, especially with 2 strikes. Don't leave that call in the hands of the umpire. Protect the plate. Get a bat on it.
So saith Joe Todd, ending the sermon. Totally agree with you, by the way. As a called strike, it's past Ezekiel. what the magic's going on here. Both of them are going out. Did he get crossed up? Why is John Hand going out with him? I'd love to be a fly in the wall in that conversation because I guess Blair got a bite taken out of him. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that got him on the bare hand or the thumb maybe, shaking that out a little bit. Okay. Well, that explains why John went out to the mound with him. Just give him the time.
Yeah.
Question on the chat: when is the tournament return to Denmark, Wisconsin? Is next year early enough for you? We will be there in 2023. A year from now, we'll be at Circle Tap. That Mrs. Downstairs. And Joe, when you're at Circle Tap, what's your favorite draft? Well, you're not a draft.
I'm not a draft. I'm not a beer. I'm a hard.
You're a rye.
I'm a hard stuff.
Yeah, you're the rye guy.
But make plans to attend that. That's a great trip. It's a beautiful part of the country.
Straight up the elevator shaft. McCullough getting out of the way of that. And coming in to make the catch is Leo Munoz. Like any good pitcher should. Devin McCullough is going to let his infielders take that one. You see this. But way up. You see how McCullough look at it and just backpedal.
I think he even turned his back to it.
Wow. And listen, we talked about it earlier. He is a good fielder out there.
Yeah.
Scott Standerfer out to have a quick chat with John Hand, and just wonder what that's about. One 0 to the plate.
One of these years, we'll maybe get to the technology we can mic up the umpire.
Wouldn't that be fun? Think we could ever do what they did in the All-Star game? Mic up a pitcher or something like that? That'd be fantastic. The outfielders, yeah. I thought the inning that they mic'd up the kid from the Blue Jays was just fabulous. And that one misses downstairs.
¿Quién va a ser el ganador en el Fastest Challenge entre Baker y Lucas Davis?
And inside, ball 4, McCullough. Wondering that pitch was a little bit, and I think just by his positioning, John Hand was telling him that it was inside on that corner of the plate. So that'll bring up Jonathan Lynch, left fielder for the HALLMAN Twins in the 9th spot. They're kind of hiding Jonathan Lynch down here, aren't they? Putting him in the 9th spot. Gap-to-gap hitter. He can hit it out if he runs into it, but gap-to-gap, lots of speed. His ball is hitting it to the fence and turning doubles into triples.
He has great wheels. Turns the corner at first base so smoothly.
Now, kind of like Bradley Ezekiel on the Hill United Chiefs, you wouldn't teach Jonathan Lynch's stance to anyone. Closed like you wouldn't believe. He's got the bat actually tilted the other way, but it's a timing thing. Ground ball to second. Laskowski. Quick flip over to first for the out. And 2-1 still for HALLMAN Twins. We'll go to top of the 3rd. Dukes coming back to the plate. Stay with us.
CoolBet. Comfortably thrilling.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making a suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
It's about to top of the shop for the Circle Top Dukes. Julian Fernandez, Matt Palazzo, Manuel Godoy here. Top of the third inning. The Dukes trailing 2-1 to the Kitchener-Hallman Twins. There we are up in the broadcast booth. Say hello, everybody. If you got left to right, we've got Kieran Woodruff, Joe Todd, Blair Setford, Luciano Lafrano, our techno producer extraordinaire, also doing Spanish language commentary. Our cozy little corner of the press box up here at Milt Hand Field. That shot coming to you from Katrina Lafrano, Luciano's better half, who is operating our action camera. So when a ball's in play and you see a camera shot tracking the ball or tracking a runner around the bases, that is Katrina and her work, doing a fabulous job out there, helping us bring you the sights and sounds of the 2022 ISC World Tournament here in Moline, Illinois. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Blaine Milheim making mental notes. Julian Fernandez went hard down his way, so he's playing tight to the line there.
2-1, el score está 2 carreras a favor de los HALLMAN Twins y una carrera del equipo Circle Top. Muy mata.
Chopper on the infield, left side again, but this time to Schiller. And the sure-handed Schiller will throw out Fernandez. And Joe, we've talked about this a lot up here, but the plethora of great shortstops that we've got here in the ISC, Cam Schiller right near the top, if not top of the heap.
Exactly. He's got great range going either way, too. Left, right, he can cover at least 15 feet on both sides and got a great arm to complement his range.
So Matt Palazzo, designated player for the Dukes. And cut. Big cut from the heels. Well, pretty much like always from Matt. And just comes up empty on that big rise ball from Huemo Mott. A little bit of a shake of the head from Palazzo as he went for a quick walk and now back on the box.
Fácil nivel que se vive acá.
That drop ball misses down and away.
Este lanzador argentino.
Martin Gonzalez taking a few soft toss warm-ups down the third base line.
Los fanáticos del fútbol, pero es fácil. Es fácil mantenerse siempre ready, mantenerse siempre.
And what you've seen right there with that camera, the pan and zoom, that's our robotic camera that Luciano has mounted on top of the dugout. Hard shot right back up the middle from Palazzo. He's aboard with a base hit, and Joe, that's just pure strength.
Real good hitter, great follow through, good quick hands. Drilling that ball right up the middle.
Del centro, por toda la línea del centro. Trató de buscar Federico.
That was a short stroke as he kept the hands in and just took that ball to the right of Fede Eater out there at second base. And a good stroke there from Palazzo. Made the adjustment from the big power cut to cut that down and just put the ball in play. But he hit it hard enough that nobody was going to make a play on it.
He got caught looking at a third strike back in the first inning, and he wasn't going to get caught this time.
Estás ahí en el top del top.
Manuel Godoy chases that first pitch up and away, and that's a bit of a pattern right now. The last couple of batters is the big rise ball to lead things off.
Mantenerse, trabajar el triple para quedarte.
And then the drop ball away.
Fíjense lo que ha ocurrido con el número uno del mundo, me atrevo a decir como Alan Ford. No ha tenido sus mejores
So
apariciones.
they came back inside on Palazzo on the third pitch, and that's what he hit right back up the middle. See if they follow the same pattern, which is something you don't want to do.
Chip challenge.
A good hitter can pick that up.
Well, they go outside this time.
Así es. Dos grandes atletas de alto rendimiento. Un momento que baja un poquito en revolución y después empiezan a subir poco a poco. Un mensaje quería decir por el muchachones. Como el Mata está ahí, presenta.
Follows this one straight back, so 2-2.
Le comento que Huevón Mata, perdón, Manuel Godoy es un cazador increíble.
Luciano's in the middle of telling a great story, so I figured I'd update the scorebug for him. I don't know what it's about, but it sounds really interesting.
2-12 conteo.
Oh, the illegal pitch guy is back. Swing and a miss there by Manuel Godoy.
Godoy cae el segundo out del piso.
So Blair has the plate. Opportunity to move
My friend, thank you.
Matt Palazzo around.
Son dos outs, corredor en primera y viene a batear Blake Ezekiel.
There's a changeup from Mata. He wanted that call off the plate.
Well, second time through the order now. Didn't show it first time through.
We saw this with Sean Cleary last night. Kept the changeup in his pocket until the fourth inning, and then sprinkled it in through the rest of the game. But the first 1.5 times through, nobody got the change. And there's a called strike. That one looked a little bit low.
Cantan el strike. Huevón Mata está ahí. En primera, casi todos los episodios ha tenido corredores en circulación. Blake Ezekiel, el catcher.
Blair dances out of the way of that. I don't know, it was that close.
Got to sell that call to the umpire, though.
Yeah, sell it. Exactly. Joe, the last 2 days was pretty overcast here. Most of the clouds have blown away by this point. It is a blue sky here in Moline, Illinois. The sunshine out to full effect. Starting to see the shadows creep across a little bit from the left. But this crowd here, big crowd here at the Milled Hand Field, filling up the seating section in behind and around home plate. We're starting to people with the lawn chairs out down the right field side. There were some tents out earlier on the left field side. Hard hit ball, but one hopper right into the glove of Milheim, and that is as easy as they come in the infield. Base hit, but nothing else for Circle Tap Dukes in the top of the third. We'll go to the home half. HALLMAN Twins still out on the front, 2-1.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you. Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple? Is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
Devin McCullough to the top of the shop. Teo Migliavaca, Blaine Milheim, Cam Schiller, 1, 2, 3 for the HALLMAN twins, and just trying to take care of a little bit of business.
Sergio Sark, toda mi gente de la comunidad de softball del mundo, gracias por estar con nosotros. Estamos contentos de que nos sigan, de que se mantengan con nosotros ahí. No hay manera. Tengo mi clava que está ahí. Es un fly, se mete debajo de la bola, la pide. El campo corto.
Big fly in the infield. That one's hauled in by Gil Sainz. And Teo Migliavaca is kept off the base paths at this point.
Pero señores, viene a batear ahora la selección de Estados Unidos también. Milky, Cam Stiller y Marshall Croft están esperando en el Dex.
Joe, I wonder if Milheim was showing the coach that, listen, you don't need to sit me. I deserve to be in the lineup every game here. I'm going to boom one out of the park.
No, and that's
keep that spot.
And that's what makes the decisions tougher. I see our two crack tournament photographers are both out in the outfield, anticipating a home run coming that way.
Yeah, they might have a great view of the ball going over their heads if he replicates that first at bat. Instead, it's a ground ball, and Blaine Milheim, second out of the inning. And McCullough, 2/3 to an efficient inning here, Joe. He's throwing a lot of pitches, too.
36 in so far in the game in the third inning, so averaging maybe about 14, 15 per inning.
It just feels like more.
Yeah.
Well, I know he's doing well here, but it feels like he threw a lot through the first two.
2 walks so far in the game. Has gone to a full count quite a few times.
Bateador de profundidad, unas manos impecables en el campo corto. Bateador de potencia también.
McCullough having a rough time finding that landing spot again. Cam Schiller now at the plate. Cam lined a good hard single to right field back in the first inning. McCullough just missing off the plate. 2-2 count.
Schiller looked like he was ready to chuck the bat to the dugout for the walk, but that was only ball 3. I think he forgot the count.
Don't think he'll be able to sell that one to John.
No, that would have been a fine, too, if he pitched the bat over to the dugout on the ball 3. This one is lifted up to deep center. Ratliff going back to the fence, and it's gone. Cam Schiller takes Devin McCullough out of the yard for another home run just to the left of that orange tent out in center field. We're going to look at this one here on the replay coming up, but too much center cut here from McCullough.
Oh my God! It's boom!
Boom. You just see Matt Ratliff get tangled up with the fence, trying to lean over that as far as he can. It's a flex fence, and you can't really put a ton of weight on it, Joe, and Ratliff just fell right through it.
Yeah, it just kind of outran the fence, and that ball outran that fence as well. Cam Schiller with his second hit of the game. Two home runs in the game now for Kitchener-Hallman Twins, accounting for all 3 runs.
Marshall Crowe, con un mata, espera en el Dex.
Marshall Conk at the plate. Getting the call from John Hand, picking that outside corner. McCullough with a changeup there again.
Yeah, that one downstairs that he missed with it, and Kronk wasn't offering at it. It was never in the strike zone.
Yeah.
When that pitch is on, it tumbles and it gets to the plate and it just falls right off the table. Big ride spot upstairs. Dukes are going to get the call there as Kronk went at least halfway around. But Cam Schiller extends the lead to 3-1. You can see Kronk going around there for the third strike. Moving on the 4th. Stay with us here on the ISC Network. Boy, Luciano is really selling this face-off here between Davis and Pecker. USA versus Argentina. Who is the fastest?
Is that really happening?
Señores, regresamos al parque de pelota.
Both their teams are still in it right now, so they're not going to go at it, I don't think, until they're both out. And I think that's going to be a while before that happens. This one is punched out to left. First pitch swinging by
Justin Laskowski.
Justin Laskowski. Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Good positioning by Jonathan Lynch there.
He certainly didn't have to move too much for it. 2, 3, 4 steps over, and that was it. Munoz now to the plate. Leo Munoz.
Those spray charts that Game Changer supply really come into play at times.
There's a called strike. And, you know, Joe, this is something that has changed in the game over the last few years, too. The video that we're doing, I see some of the Argentina players here. I hope we're not keeping you up there in the right-hand corner. The video that we supply, guys are watching the video now. The spray charts that you talk about in Game Changer and the hitting patterns and things like that, all this data is available now. And for teams that want to employ the opportunity to use it, and I'll tell you, the top teams are, for sure. You want to be a top team, you got to get into the data and into the video room and do your work.
Yeah, it's available for you, so you pay that fee to Game Changer to be a member, and you might as well take advantage of that stuff. Obviously, you have someone on your staff that might have the time to pick up that extra little plus for you next time you play that team.
Big cut by Munoz. Fouls us straight back to the screen.
Alejo Muñoz, creído muy bien también. Digo, perfecto. En este torneo y también en los Panamericanos.
And that was about a 45.5 footer there. That's the catcher's best friend. Right up there with the high drop.
Alejo Muñoz. Les comento que después de este torneo, terminamos este fin de semana, volamos a Monterrey, México, no mames. Tenemos allá en el Fast Food Monterrey, la Copa Monterrey, transmitiendo exclusivamente para Wii Sport.
Mana to the hip and misses downstairs. Coming up, it is the Bear Creek Express, and they will take on the Grand Prairie Pirates, an all-Canadian matchup. Canada East, Canada West.
Should we have a side bet with our counterpart, Todd McCabe?
Only if it's through Cool Bet.
Yes.
Swing and a miss there. Munoz chases the rise ball up and out of the zone.